Hey guys, what is up? Zero here. Welcome back to Doki Doki Salvation Remake. In the last episode, what did we do? These days are blending in. Right, Monika saw Sayori's dead body. That is what happened very recently last episode. Is that Monika saw Sayori's dead body. She's still not fully convinced of the idea that they're real. But nor does she seem to be fully convinced of the idea that they aren't real. She's kind of not fully convinced of either idea. She's kind of battling her own inner turmoil about that. Then we also shared some poems. Sayori got a little deep with her poem, started crying, but she also reconciled with Monika. So I mean, in a way, things are actually pretty decent for the rest of the girls. Probably not so for Monika. I think her reset progress is at like 60 something, so I don't know if she's gonna be able to stop that. We'll have to see what goes on there. But yeah, I had to guess probably what's gonna happen soon. I think we're gonna get that beach scene. You know, if you guys remember, Original Salvation had a beach scene, and MC mentioned it, so you know this has to have a beach scene too. If it doesn't have the beach scene, this is automatically worse than the original. I'm docking points. How dare they? The original will be superior.
So, you're saying you never wondered why we have soccer tryouts at school?
Nope.
Not even for a little bit?
Nuh-uh.
So much for trying to spark up a conversation.
What? I mean, Yuri, it's you could have a sport. It's just a sport. Is there a problem with having soccer tryouts?
Hey guys, I knew I'd find you two here.
And I decided to find Natsuki and Yuri during lunchtime. Just change things up, I guess. Hey, you guys mind if we sit with you for today?
Not at all. Come sit over here.
Sarah and I sit ourselves down next to the vending machine while Yuri and Natsuki sit on the bottom of the stairs. Convenient. I have a few coins. You want any snacks, Sayori?
You don't have to.
Cool. More for me then. An honey bun looks good.
Hey, you're forcing me into it.
Cute.
Not as cute as you, though.
Yeah. I'm not cute. Well, that came out of nowhere. Effective, though.
Sorry, I meant you're not cute.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not.
Yes, quite an appalling creature.
Can't decide which is worse. I don't know what's happening. This dialogue going so quick. I don't... huh? I'm very... I don't know what's going on. Wait a minute. Huh? MC's just saying things. Like, wait, what? Okay. It's like, I feel like I know the gist, but everything's flowing so weirdly. It's like, well, like, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, it's like... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain. Like, that felt weird for me to read. I don't know why it did. It just felt weird. I can decide which is worse.
Hey, at least you know I was being honest the first time. So was I.
Hey, you know something that I've never shared with you guys before? They just said, hey, you know something. Okay, why do you say it like nervously? Hey, you know something that you know something that that's why it's who says that? You know something I've never shared with you guys before? Well, clearly they don't if you haven't shared with them before.
What?
Well, he's been a little bit of a geek over the weather.
Really?
You and the weather? Don't you have to be smart for that stuff? Yeah, whatever.
That's interesting, Zero. You have any cool facts to share?
Well, not really. Just something I really enjoy doing. For example, when extreme weather comes, like a typhoon, I can't help but get extremely excited for one.
Really? I do too.
So do I. What the hell? What? You're all psychopaths. Man, when typhoons happen, I get really excited. What? Huh? Why are they all excited for? What the fuck? You guys are weird.
The sheer power of Mother Nature is truly something to get excited about. I know, right? When the wind begins to howl and thunder starts booming every second.
When it's practically raining sideways and the sky turns to a massive light show. Jeez, surrounded by a bunch of nut jobs. That's what I'm saying. I'm with Natsuki. Like, what the hell's wrong with you people?
Storms or extreme weather don't excite you?
I feel as though something super scary can be exciting.
Well, it's not like we're actively putting ourselves in danger or anything.
Sarah's right. I love the thrill of a good thunderstorm while I'm inside the comfort of my own home.
I wouldn't be opposed to a storm-chasing adventure, though.
Yeah, but being inside your house, you still have to weather the storm. You're not safe inside your house and for the entirety. The storm can still ruin your house. Bro's acting like, oh, I love being inside of a storm. No, that kind of sucks. I don't think I'm very excited while I'm inside the storm. Now you're talking.
Oh, count me in.
Count me out. I'll stay in the comfort of my own home, thank you very much.
What do you think Monika's thoughts are on storm chasing?
Not sure. Speaking of Monika, where does she usually go for lunch anyway?
Now that you bring it up, I don't know. I think she usually hangs out in the music room.
That's right. Doesn't she know how to play piano?
She does. I think it could be a good idea if she all performed for us sometime.
Sounds like fun. I wonder how long she's been practicing. Let's not talk so much about her behind her back, though. That's low. Yeah, I agree. Not like we said anything negative. All we said was, where was she eating lunch? And then we were like, what does Monika do? She plays piano. That's pretty cool. Hope she plays some for us. Hey, don't talk shit about it. Like, we didn't say anything wrong. It was just general conversation about her.
We should invite her to join us for lunch. It's weird how we hang out with each other at least once a week, but we only ever see Monika in the club.
I mean, can you blame us? It's sort of how she rolled for a while. It was very distant from all of us.
That's true. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. She's still our friend. I agree. Monika was the one who brought us all together. We should reciprocate that.
Not opposed to that. Do you guys want to plan something for her?
Yeah! What about a picnic?
Hey, sounds like fun. I don't think I've ever had a picnic in my entire life.
Oh, you're in for a treat then. I know a perfect place to go to. Natsuki and I went there once to read together.
Yuri, it was supposed to be our secret hangout.
Oh, I'm sorry, Natsuki. I didn't mean...
It's fine, actually. No real reason to keep it a secret from anybody. That's lame. I think it could be a great spot.
Indeed. It's very quiet on school days. It should make a perfect picnic spot. If we're planning it on a school day anyway.
Good point. When did you want to have this, Sayori?
Let's do it tomorrow. We can have our picnic in place of the club meeting. Any objections?
Sounds good to me.
No complaints.
Nope, I'm down. Great. So what's everyone going to bring? I call dibs on bringing plates.
Hey, you got the easiest stuff. I'll bring cupcakes. Sweet. Can I help you bake them? We worked very well together last time.
Sure, sounds like a good time.
I'll make some tea for everyone. And I'll bring a blanket as well. What kind of picnic would it be without a blanket to sit on?
Perfect. Sounds like a plan then. Now, should we keep this a surprise for Monika? Or should we tell her?
We should probably tell her. Who knows if she'll even approve the idea.
Fine by me. We'll tell her about it at the meeting today. Sounds like a plan. Yes, agreed. Sounds like a plan. Yes, of course. All right, if I had to take a wild guess, considering this mod so far has taken a lot of inspiration from a lot of the art we've gotten over considering it's taken a lot of inspiration from like the stuff we've gotten from like official things a little bit. So I'm guessing the picnic is probably going to be a reference to the picnic image that we got that one time. Was it on Valentine's Day when we got that? Like the one where like as Sayori's feeding Monika the cake and like Yuri and Natsuki are flying the kite. Like, I'm assuming it's gonna be a reference to that. The only reason why I'm assuming this is also because Sayori picked out an outfit that literally looks exactly like the outfit she's wearing in that image. So, you know, I'm just thinking that's what they're probably gonna go for. And I walk into the club room, ready to tell Monika our plan for tomorrow. Except she's not here. Let me guess. Late again? You guessed it. I'm used to it at this point.
I can't help but feel worried about her. I mean, remember what she told us last week? She's going through a lot right now.
Right. Club door slides open, signifying Monika's entrance.
Monika! We have something to share. What?
Monika immediately grabs Sayori and wraps her arms around her, hugging her tightly. Monika's bag's under her eyes and looks incredibly distraught, as if she lost something close to her. Natsuki and I share confused glances.
Whoa, Monika, are you okay? What's going on?
She returns the hug regardless of her confusion.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What for? You didn't do anything wrong.
Monika and Sayori break off from each other.
I'm okay. I just needed a hug. That's alright. Everybody needs a hug every once in a while. You feeling a little better now? You look very tired. Yeah, a little. That hug energy you talked about before really is something, isn't it? Yeah, I'm glad it helped you feel better. Even just a little.
An awkward silence sweeps over us.
Right. What was it you wanted to say, Sayori? Oh, yeah. I wanted to tell you about this cool new plan I had for the meeting tomorrow. We wanted to have a picnic. We wanted to invite you especially. You've done so much for us that we rarely get to go hang out with you as a group outside of school. So I figured, let's change that. Really? You don't want to have me along?
Of course. Won't be a full club meeting without you.
Thanks, guys. I'd love to join you.
Monika, they invited you to go shopping that one day. Why are you surprised? Why is Monika acting like this is the first time they've all hung out with her? Did that shopping trip mean nothing to you? I notice Monika's eyes begin to well up with tears again, but she swiftly wipes them away.
It sounds like a wonderful time. Is there anything you'd like for me to bring?
Well, we don't exactly have any actual food yet, do we?
Unless you consider cupcakes to be a nutritious meal. Right. I can bring some sandwiches for everyone. I'm vegetarian, so I'll bring my own meal. Sounds great. Looks like everything's set in stone then. So what do you want to do now?
Monika looks away for a moment. The music is like, I can't even hear the music. I can like barely hear it. This is very low compared to all the other tracks. There you go. Monika looks away for a moment.
Give me 1 second.
Monika walks off to the front of the room and pulls out some papers from her bag. Well, now that we got that out of the way, I wanted to ask how far along everyone is in the book. I forgot they were even reading a book. I know Yuri already finished.
Don't embarrass me. It's okay, Yuri. I finished over the weekend.
So did I.
Wait, I'm the one that hasn't finished?
Ugh.
So beyond lame. Can't be my fault. I'm just used to reading mangas. If you'd like, we can read together. I don't mind reading a few chapters.
You do that?
Well, it was just a suggestion. I'm sorry if that's too weird for you.
Nah, I just wasn't expecting you to offer something like that. But I'm down. Sounds like a fun time.
Great. We can get started then and get you caught up. Wow, they're getting along so well now.
I know, right? Those two were polar opposites when I first met them. Now they're reading together.
Friendship blossoms in the strangest of places.
Love truly can blossom on the battlefield. Is that a famous quote from someone?
If you mean a famous quote from Sayori, then yes.
I see. Good quote.
Okay, I'm back. I see Natsuki and Yuri are catching up on their reading. I'm not. Natsuki was just too slow.
Shut up, Yuri!
Glad to see it then. I finished my book too. Quite a long time ago, actually. Mostly because I already read it. That makes sense. Speaking of things that make sense, could I ask you and Sayori to do me a huge favor?
Oh, sure. What is it? Oh, you think you're gonna trick me, Mod? We're gonna go get the things from the room. We're gonna get the supplies from the art room, and we're gonna get the Sayori falling down and giving her the orange juice. That's gonna happen. I'm telling you. I'm calling it. I'm betting you, chat. I'm betting you.
I loved our poem jam idea so much yesterday, so I wanted to have something similar to it sometime soon. I want to recreate the festival, have poem presentations, bake cookies, all the fixings. I don't want us to miss out on something we all look forward to, after all. Which I should reiterate.
Monika plays her hand on Sayori's shoulder.
That was not your fault, nor will it ever be. And I'll make up for that by remaking it. And I think it should be a fun time for everybody.
I like how she's like,
That was not your fault. Don't kill your... Don't do it. Don't. I'm looking at you. Of course, we just got done reciting some poems, so it'll be some time before we host this. Which leads me to what I need your help with. Did you guys bring some supplies from the other classroom? Just so we can have prepared here when we get started on preparations? Stuff like crayons, markers, all that junk. Sure, I know exactly where they should be. I've been to that room before. Perfect. See if we can find some poster paper as well.
I don't know what she's saying. She's speaking Spanish.
See. What? That's Spanish for boss.
In the world, you start learning Spanish. I'm sorry, I failed like the half of my body. The Spanish half of me is a failure. I'm sorry. I don't know a lot of Spanish.
I don't know, but it's cool. I agree. It is quite cool. Now get going, you two.
Monika walks off towards the front of the room again. All right, then. Lead the way, Sayori.
Yep, follow me. Exploring empty classrooms is the most fun you can have while you're in school.
I can think of a few other things. All right, I exit the club room. Oh, wait, someone said something I wanted to read. Misty typed out, I do like how this version of Salvation has a solid reason for Monika's change in attitude that was brilliantly built up from the beginning. In the original, Monika seemed to change her opinion on the girl somewhat subtly. This has her more evenly paced out and explores her character on a deeper level with the onset of the rest of the reset. Yeah, no, because yeah, in the original Salvation, they had Monika like, she didn't really change her opinion. I don't think she didn't change her opinion at all until the very end, right? Like, yeah, like she didn't really even have a problem. She just kept trying to kill them. She was like, no, you're not real. Die, die, die. Like, she fucking even, like, crashed the car and everything. Like, they definitely made her not really go through an arc, really, in that one. Like, it took her almost about to die, like, fucking shoot herself, to when they were like, Monika, no, we love you. Where she was like, really? You know, like, yeah, the original was weird for that. I really like how the remake is handling it. The remake has Monika actually like slowly kind of, she's conflicted because they don't have her fully give up on her original idea of being like, they're not real, but they also don't have her fully just stick with it like in the original Salvation, where she's just dead set on them not being real. Like, she's actually conflicted, and I like the conflict. The conflict's nice. It's nice to see, you know? It's nice to see the conflict. I do think the only thing I can kind of think is I do think some of these scenes might feel a little redundant in a way. Like, because I'd argue the shopping scene was supposed to be a scene where Monika starts to be like, huh, they actually want me around and they actually like me. And it's like the picnic scene feels like that's kind of its purpose now, wherein it feels kind of weird and we already had the shopping scene. Because like, that's kind of why when I brought up, when I was like, because Monika was like, really? You guys want me along? It's like, why does she say that as if she hasn't hung out with them before? Like, they just had to, like, that would make sense if the shopping scene just didn't exist, or if they didn't invite Monika to shop with them. Because, like, they had a whole deep moment and everything during the shopping scene. Like, so it feels like the picnic scene is more so just kind of redoing what the shopping scene should have already done. But that's just for me personally. But, I mean, to be fair, maybe this is me just guessing. Maybe the picnic scene has another purpose. Maybe I go to the picnic scene, someone's dead. I don't know. But maybe that's the purpose it served. So I'm curious to see actually what happens there. The picnic scene is meant to be the last event where Monika tries to oof herself. The straw that broke the camel's back in the original. The picnic scene was in the original? I actually didn't know that there was a picnic in the original. I only remember a few things. They had the picnic? It's been long as hell. I don't even remember the picnic, dude. I remember them having a picnic in the original. I remember the car crash. Sarah and I exit the club room. I follow along happily as I watch Sarah hum and skip around the hallway. It's amazing how Sarah is able to find the pleasure in the smallest of things. I think I've taken that for granted. Takes some real strength to see a small little errand to some grand adventure. At least I'm assuming that's how she sees it. Hey, Saori. I noticed you got a little bit down back there when Monika mentioned redoing the festival.
You always see right through me. But I think it's a great idea. Monica only did what she thought was right to do. She wouldn't have done it just to make me feel bad.
I suppose you're right.
Ah, here we are. Let's begin the mission, Agent.
Mission, eh? Make a finger go in my hands and hold it up. Okay, Saori. Breach!
Yeah!
He slides the door open and rolls in the classroom. She's rolling in. Yeah, it was, and Monika after that couldn't take it anymore. Okay, yeah, I don't remember the fucking picnic scene in the original at all. Okay, that's funny. You know, I did not know that. These kinds of mods kind of blend with these kinds of mods kind of blend in with each other since they all do similar things. Well, see, but the problem is I'm not blending this in with another mod. I'm blending this mod in with itself. Because, I mean, a part of me feels like it might be a little too long at times. Because I think I have heard other people kind of share this sentiment, and I do kind of agree. I do feel like some of these things are a little too drawn out. It might be a little too long at times. So I was like, I do feel like this could have been a little shorter. There are definitely some scenes I've seen where I've been like, yeah, I feel like this could have maybe been condensed or maybe cut. So he slides the door open and rolls into the classroom.
If that were real, I'd probably be shot already.
No way. Not when I've got your back. I played enough tactical espionage action video games to know I'd be good in a firefight. That's a mouthful.
Yay! Come on, let's find the supplies.
I follow Sarah to the closet towards the back of the classroom.
Let's see. Ah, crayons! And the best brand, too. They sure are dirty, though.
Right. What else was it she said we needed? Poster paper? Here, let me squeeze in here to check. She begins reading each of the colors out loud.
Sure, let me just find my favorite color real quick.
I look around the nearby cubby holes for signs of poster paper, with no luck. What even is your favorite color anyway?
Light blue. Nope, I dropped on an accident.
Light blue. That shouldn't be hard to find at all.
Cat!
Barry bends over and smacks her head on the shelf. Falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over the place.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, jeez. You okay? I immediately stop what I'm doing and rush to her aid.
My forehead.
Touches her forehead. I guess that's a no. Sounded like it hurt. Here, let me see. I grab Sawyer by the waist and pull her out of the closet. Come on, you have to move your hands if you want me to see.
But it hurts.
It's for a quick second. Let's see how bad it is. Pay me the money, Chad. I told you. Pay me the money. She slowly moves her hands away from her forehead. Oh my god. There's brains everywhere.
Quit messing around. Ow!
Alright, take it easy. Gently brush her bangs aside.
Ow.
I was kidding about the brains. There's a pretty big red mark on her head. And a bump is starting to form, too. Dude, it's going to swell. I should probably get some ice. Maybe the others can help?
0.
Monika, she know what to do. What would Monika do? Why is he freaking out so much? Just get her water. What? Bro, calm down. What? Can he not just get orange juice? Oh, I mean, not orange. All you gotta do is just get... Why is he freaking out about this?
You don't have to do this for me. I'm perfectly okay with looking like a unicorn.
Well, now I know you're okay. I wouldn't make a joke like that otherwise. Still, I should get you something. I'd leave a bump like that untreated. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
What money? We didn't agree to paying you money, but chat, we had a bet. We shook on it, remember? We had a nice shake. I pat Sarah on the shoulder and head out towards the nearest vending machine. Oh, what?
Hey, how's it going with Sayori? You find the supplies yet?
Actually, I need to get her a drink. Get her head on some shelf.
What? Oh no, I should have gone with you two.
No, it's fine. She's okay. I just need to get her something cold for it.
Here, let me buy her juice. No, wait, you don't have to...
Parker protests any further. Monika pulls out a few coins from her coin purse and places them inside the machine. Types in 2 letters that correspond to some apple juice.
Here, nice and cold.
Thanks. You didn't have to do this for me, though. I could have afforded it. God, what's with everybody just being, you didn't have to do this for me. Hey, you didn't have to do this for me. Somebody accept some damn help in this month. I swear to God, if somebody better accept some damn help.
It's fine. I just feel like I'm partly responsible for this. I should have gone myself.
I'm sure it's fine, but I better hurry anyway. You want to come see her? Monika looks away for a second. It takes some time to respond, which only raises my anxiousness. I have Sayori in there by herself.
No, that's okay. I think it's best with just you and her.
What do you mean you left her by? She's not a dog. She can sit in a classroom for a little bit. God damn it, this is what Sayori was talking about. Stop treating her like this. Okay, sure. Gotta get going then. That was a little weird. What was she even doing there? Oh well, we're thinking about that now. Already returned to the classroom where I left Sayori. I do like Monika. See, Monika freaking out makes sense though, because what she saw recently, Monika's still tense, so like her freaking out makes sense. I don't know why he's freaking out. She's still kind of shooken by her nightmare she saw last night, so her being like, oh God, what happened? She hurt herself? No. It's just like the nightmare. No. She's trying to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box while still holding her other palm on her forehead.
They're already in all the wrong spots where I spilled them all.
Hey, take it easy. Here, use this. And sorry, the bottle of apple juice. Let her drink it.
Ah, nice and cold.
It was the cap starts drinking from it. There it is. Look. Hey, don't do that. For your head, dummy.
Sorry, I forgot.
Jeez, did you hit your head that hard? They places the bottle against a bump on her head.
It stings.
I know. Start feeling better soon. Squat down, so now I'm at eye level with Sayori. Begin picking up the crayons and placing them in proper order. What is it?
This reminds you of growing up, doesn't it?
What do you mean? I get memories of when Sayori and I used to play outside all the time. Oh. Yeah, really good at tree climbing, were you?
You never really noticed till I actually got hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump on my head like this one. Then I'd cry really hard. You always tried to get me to stop crying and take care of me. It was almost like you blamed yourself for what happened. You didn't want to get in trouble.
Look away from Sayori and focus on gathering up the last of the crayons.
Even though it wasn't really your fault at all, you know?
I did do that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I guess I was just too focused on myself. I realized that I was pushing you to do things you couldn't do.
I don't think that's true. You're pretty selfless, too. You're always rushing to help me, even though I'm just clumsy. You're really a sweetheart.
Hey, that's embarrassing. Don't call me that. You really think that?
Yeah.
Well, it just feels natural to me. I don't really know how else to explain it. But I think I like your clumsiness.
Really? How can you like something like that?
It makes you unique. Great. Solid flirting attempt there. Probably just made her feel worse.
You're so silly, Zero.
Alright. Well, I do these things because I care about you. Even though it took a while for me to admit that.
Zero. I'm really glad nothing has changed between us. Even after all this time. And I'm glad that you're more open with me. Even if it's hard for me to believe you're being genuine. Do you think we can stay like this forever?
Forever, huh? Being honest with myself, rekindling Sayori and I's friendship has been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Even though it's been pretty rough most of the time. I guess I'm still doing what I always have. Helping Sayori when she's hurt. I sure hope so. You're already my ride or die at this point, aren't you?
Ride or die, eh?
Wait, oh god, that sounded bad. I didn't mean...
It's okay, Zero. I'm just happy that we're together like this. Just like old times.
There's a whimsical expression on her face. What are you thinking about, Sayori? Is it what I'm thinking?
Used to be a little bit of a meanie to me.
Uh,
I think that's why I find some of this so weird, but also good. Kind of like a weird dream come true. I don't want you to be afraid to make the same jokes you used to before.
what jokes? No, those are bad jokes.
I never thought so. And what made you so fun to be around?
I'd argue a lot of that was me being genuinely annoyed. Deep down, I just felt awkward and weird about around you.
But why?
I guess I felt bad for having such a long gap of us not talking with each other. I mean, we were still friends, but the idea of going back to how things used to be was strange.
I understand. It'll take me some time to get used to. But like I said before, be patient with me, okay?
Of course.
We should head back. I'm feeling better now. I don't want Monica to worry about us.
Good luck with that. He's the one who brought you that apple juice.
Oh. Well, I'm still hiding my bump under my bangs.
I'm glad Sayori brought it up because I was actually going to bring it up. Thanks, Sayori. I was going to mention how I was like, one thing, because I mentioned this, I think, last time, where I was like, I kind of miss old MC's dialogue a little more in some of these scenes than the newer MC's dialogue. Because, like, it's like, as Sayori said, MC was more fun to be around in the original dialogue. I liked MC's original interactions with Sayori. Like, I know a lot of people in the community sees him as being an asshole and stuff to her. I thought they were charming and cute. I don't know. They were clearly joking around and messing around with each other. So I'm glad Sayori brought it up. Sayori brought up the issue I was going to. Because I'm like, yeah, this MC, he's just, they took that out of him. And now he's always worried. And he's always given some sort of monologue again. And it's like, yeah, I understand why he's acting like that, but it's just also like, man, where's that other guy? I miss the other dude, man. that dude was better. Sorry, hops to her feet. Touches her forehead again. See? I knew you got up too fast. I'm here. To lock my arm with Sayori's and help her walk out of the classroom. Boom, ding, doo, 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 doo. As I walk Sayori back to the classroom, I watch her try and cover her bump with her bangs. To no avail. In a moment, we make it back to the club room.
Sayori, are you okay? You heard.
She's okay. I took care of it.
I was playing with some crayons and smacked my head into the shelf. Really? Can I see?
Monika gets close to Sayori and hovers her hand above her forehead.
No, that's okay, Monica. It's pretty sensitive. Okay, as long as you're alright. Did you bring the supplies? Yep, got them all here.
They place some crayons and other poster making supplies down on a desk. And I've got the poster paper.
Great. We're all prepared for our festival. Noveo.
Now Monica's speaking freaking French.
Nouveau.
Thank you.
For our Festival Nouveau. Hooray! Festival Nouveau? Almost got it. It's pronounced like nouveau, make the O sound at the end.
Well, Monica could have taught me, damn.
I got it. Nouveau. Now I can speak French.
Even I didn't know that was French. Nice work.
Thank you.
How'd you not know that was French?
Well, that should conclude today's meeting. Yuri, Natsuki, did you two finish reading? Almost. I've got a few more chapters to go, and I'm all finished. Great. Let's end this meeting off with another one of my writing tips of the day. It's easy to get a bit lost in your own self-doubts when writing or working on anything creative. Thoughts can sound like I feel inferior to something that came before, which can be incredibly demotivating. It's important to try and remember that there's one thing those projects will never have. And it's you. You have all the power in the world to make a story uniquely yours, no matter what has come before. So if there's anything you find yourself struggling with or feeling insecure, just remember, stay true to yourself and believe in what you can do. Your project will flourish as a result. Thanks for listening.
Good advice. I'd argue he's been through some crazy shit, but I also do miss the other guy too. Yeah, because I guess to also kind of go on that, because I know everyone's like, oh, but he's been through so much, like, he's been through so much stuff, you know, and things like that. It's like, but technically, Natsuki has also been through the same stuff. Theoretically, the entire club has had to deal with Sayori's attempted suicide method, but Natsuki still talks to her pretty straight. Like, she's still, people are gonna be like, well, we want to talk to her gay? Like, no, obviously, I mean, like, Natsuki still talks to her the same way she always talked to Sayori. So it's like, I'm like, so I feel like MC could kind of do it too. You know, like, Natsuki still, like, talks to her and, like, makes little snide remarks. But again, obviously, it's because they want MC, I'm assuming, to be more not as, experienced with it, right? So, I mean, it's, like, fair enough, I suppose. It's just something where I think everybody, like the Solid Snake in chat said, it's like, yeah, I miss the other guys' interactions, too. Like, I miss the other guys' interactions. Because, like, I do kind of miss them. Because even though it is understandable as to why MC does act the way he does, for me, it kind of puts a downer on some of him and Sayori's interactions, because some of their interactions always feel like they boil down to some heartfelt, like, speech or monologue from him all the time, and I'm just like, man, what happened to just, like, an interaction of him calling her silly and her being like, yeah, or them just being silly? Like, they sometimes get some of those, and then it always ultimately turns into something where they're, like, having some sort of speech or monologue. And I'm just like, damn it! Well, Sayori doesn't mention it to everyone else, so it could just be an MC thing to act like this. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Dragon King, yeah. Is I was like, I feel like it's just a thing that he's doing, which it makes sense for sure. It's not like it's something that doesn't make any sense. It's just my personal feelings on the matter about it. It's like, I miss their regular interactions. Sarah and I go our separate ways. We arrive back home. Going to have Natsuki come over to prepare the stuff for tomorrow, and I should probably do the same. The nearest store is only a short distance away, so I immediately start heading there. Gotta get out of the way now before I get lazy and put it off to the last minute. We're gonna cut to Monika. We're gonna cut to Monika. I knew we were cutting to Monika. Now she's gonna freak out because I'm assuming it's getting worse.
I arrived back home and placed my bag on a bag hook near the door. Still feel absolutely guilty for inadvertently causing Sayori to bump her head. It's like I'm prone to hurting her or something. All I wanted was for her and Zero to have a moment together. Sit myself down on my couch and stare up at the ceiling. How do you do this again? I can't remember how to... Try to pull up the console, but the hand motions that allow me to do so have slipped my mind.
Oh, it's at 70 now.
After a few more attempts, I managed to brute force it back up. Dangerously close to 100 now. I realize why I'm beginning to forget how to open the console. And various other things I'm no longer able to recall. I mean, I know what I've been through. I know what I've wanted to do. But now, what's going to happen to me? So wait, so if she's only forgetting certain things... Huh.
The reset might not be too bad then. Because she's saying she's forgetting memories. She's forgetting how to do the console. So I feel like that's kind of theorizing what the reset's going to be. The reset might be literally just stripping her of her powers. And making her forget, I'm assuming, the fate. And I'm assuming her memories of the games... The game being a game, I'm assuming. But it's probably still going to keep her memories of everything else. So she's just going to be a game character, I guess, at that point. That is interesting, because it's like, it brings up a pretty interesting question, because it brings up the question that Monika talks about in the base game, where she doesn't bring up the question. She talks about this, where she says that she would rather, it's in Act 3, she says that she's fine, she likes that she's aware she's in a video game, because she says that she would rather know the truth instead of living in a world, like, instead of living in a fake world and not knowing it. She says that she prefers being aware of the world she's in. But now it's like, is that what she truly believed? Yes or no? You know, it's one of those, like, was she telling the truth there, or was she just trying to make the best of her circumstances and say, yeah, I'd rather it be this way, you know? It's like, I don't know. It's definitely something where it's like, I don't know. Did she actually forget the hangout they had at the mall then? I don't think she did. I don't think she did. I feel like that she didn't actually forget that. Because she clearly remembers a lot of other stuff that happened. She just says stuff. She just says that she's forgetting some things. There's various other things I'm no longer able to recall. But she's also mentioning that when talking about opening the console. So if I had to take an educated guess here, I'm assuming the things that she's not able to recall are memories of tampering with the game, or, like, you know, knowing that it's a game. Like, I'm assuming it's grouped into that category. I don't think she's forgetting the times they all hung out. So it's like, I am definitely interested to see. Also, Static in the chat says, to be fair, Monica, I haven't seen that scene play out a tons of times already. This isn't a Monica that went to Act 4. You have to remember, Salvation Remake takes place after Act 1. So this Monica hasn't experienced Act 2, she hasn't experienced Act 3, or even Act 4. She's literally Monica before she gets her, you know, character development and arc and everything from the base game. So she has to kind of go through it here. So yeah, so she has not seen that scene of Sayori hurting herself before, technically. Especially considering this Monica MC went down Natsuki's route, so she definitely has never seen that.
My thoughts are interrupted when I hear my stomach growl. Right. I haven't eaten a proper meal in about 2 days. I get up from the couch and walk into my kitchen to make myself a salad. Open up my fridge and... no groceries. That's great. Normally, I'm used to always having groceries in the fridge because... yeah, I used to just put groceries in my fridge through the console. I forgot about that too, huh? I dejectedly close my fridge and look around for something in my cupboards.
Yeah, see? See? That confirms what I'm saying. She's forgetting that she would use she's forgetting the stuff she used the console for. So she's forgetting that she used to put groceries in there with the console. So she's forgetting all the tampering. Interesting. This reset might not be bad then, actually. This might be something she needs.
I dejectedly close my fridge and look around for something in my cupboards. I used to have some ramen in here, but I think I ran out of that too. After looking for a few minutes, I realized I basically have no food. Guess I'll order takeout again.
Honestly, relatable, Monica. When you're looking around, you're like, oh shit, I don't have food.
In a few short moments, I placed an order for delivery at a local deli. I decided to throw in my sandwich order for tomorrow as well. Figured it would have been good to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Look over to a nearby cabinet to grab a few utensils. Oh, what's this? I stumble across what looks to be some kind of case. I pull it out and blow off the dust. Open up the box and I'm greeted with a massive assortment of paints, colored pencils, and various other art supplies. Huh? There's a note here. To Sayori, my favorite vice president. I ended up cracking a smile. Even though I was going through my epiphany, I still ended up getting this for you. Close up the case and place it on my counter. I should probably give that to you one of these days. Grab my book bag and place it inside. Oh. Huh? Alrighty. I just placed the order 10 minutes ago. But I won't complain. I'm starving. Open the door and... Hello? Sayori? What are you doing here? Hey, aren't you happy to see me? Sure, I'm just surprised you're here. Didn't you have a therapy session today? There's holding a small box with some writing in it that says for Monica with a smiley face on it. Yeah, I just finished that. I figured I could have stopped by. Maybe I should have texted you first. I wanted to surprise you. You succeeded at that then. Consider me surprised. What do you have there? It's for you. It says so on the box. She opens up the box to reveal... Oh, a cinnamon bun. Aren't these your favorites? Yeah, but I wanted to bring you one. Just so I didn't turn up empty-handed. Terry walks over to the counter and places it down. Of course, I'm here to check up on you too. Huh? Oh, Is it because of earlier? Yeah. And honestly, I've been worrying about you for a very long time. Just took a lot of courage to ask you about it. I see. Here, maybe we could talk about it a little. Come join me on the couch. Alright. I guide Sayori over to my couch and we sit on opposite ends with our legs crossed.
Bro, nobody told me we were playing a Psionica mod. Ooh. Bro, screw MC.
Nice place you got here. I don't think I've ever been over to your house. Yeah, I just realized I don't even have a proper explanation as to why I live on my own. My parents passed away a long time ago. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Monica! That is not the excuse you probably should have come up with. Monica, what the fuck? Monica, you could have just said, my parents are out of town or something. She's just, oh yeah, my parents are dead. Whoops, forgot to tell you guys. Like, Monica, what the fuck?
I'm sorry I didn't know that. How come you never told me that? Were you really alone this whole time? Hey, it's okay, Sayori. Like I said, it was a long time ago. So I guess it's a bit of a similar situation to Yuri. How long ago? Jeez, I've kind of lied myself into a hole here.
Yeah, why would you say this? She's forgetting how to make up good excuses. I was about to say that, actually. I'm glad Fixter said that in the chat, because I was like, Monica used to be pretty good at coming up with bullshit in the base game. I mean, maybe you could argue that now she's more emotionally open to them. So because of the fact that she's more emotionally open, she's like less prone. It's like it's harder for her to lie to them. I guess you can make the argument for that, maybe. I don't know. You know, maybe. I don't know. This might be a slight, you know, little tiny. This might be a slight tiny weird out of character moment for her, maybe. Because I don't know. I feel like she'd be pretty decent at lying considering all the lies she tells in the base game. Like I don't know how you think of dead parents. Quick, say you were being /J.
Jeez, I've kind of lied myself into a hole here. Not that I'm completely lying about it. Long enough to where I figured out how to do things on my own. Well, I'm glad you found your way. That sounds really hard. It was. I do think it's kind of cool that you live on your own already. I don't think I'd be able to live on my own for a long period of time. That's too big of a responsibility. I can't help but agree. But it's taught me how to be independent. Not that you can't learn that, though. It's okay. I get you. By the way, aren't you supposed to be with Natsuki? You guys have to bake stuff for tomorrow, don't you? Oh, that's later tonight. I want to check with you first. Do you think our picnic idea was a good one? Yeah, I think it's a welcome change of pace for sure. Plus, it's perfect weather for it. I agree. I remember when we used to talk about all sorts of ideas for the club when we first got it going. Words take me back to the first week of the literature club. It was just her and I, trying to figure out how to get new members. Of course, thanks to my epiphany, I knew exactly who was going to join. Long stretches of flashing lights, sounds, code were bombarding me intensely. But I held strong. Thanks to you. Yeah, I remember that too. You remember all the dumb literature-themed jokes we threw at each other? How could I forget? What do you get when you mix literature and alcohol? I know this one. Tequila Mockingbird. Sarah and I laugh aloud together. Okay, I've got one now. How was Charlotte Bronte able to make it easier for everyone to breathe? I don't know this one. How? She created ire.
I don't know that one. I don't know that one. I don't know if I even said that joke right. Okay, what's Sayori?
You know, Jane Eyre.
Oh, okay, wait, now I actually get that one. Okay, wait, I get it now. Now I get that one. Or Eyre. Jane Eyre. Oh, it's just like it's Jane Eyre. Oh. Hold up, I gotta retell it. I gotta give Monica's joke the thing it needs.
She created air.
Oh, because Charlotte Bronte made it easier for everyone to breathe. Oh, she created air. Oh. Oh, I get it. That is a good one, actually. I like that one. No wonder Zero likes Monica. Hey, what the fuck does that mean? Chat's talking shit. Man, shut up, chat.
Oh, that is a good one. As Sarah and I laughed together, reminded of my own internal guilt. This isn't fair to her at all. It's nice to laugh that hard once in a while. Indeed. We're probably the only people to laugh at those kinds of jokes, no matter how silly they are.
That is untrue. I know damn well Yuri would giggle at some of these.
That's not a bad thing, is it? Nope, it's nice to have someone who gets my kind of silly. Well, don't say it like that. Makes it sound like we're both idiots. Well, is that a bad thing? Sarah and I both laugh again. Ah, I miss this. Yeah. I look down at the floor, trying to figure out what to say next. The guilt is already beginning to overwhelm me, and all we did was share a few laughs. So, about what happened earlier today in the club. Is everything okay? I already jumping the gun, huh? Sorry. I don't want to rush you. I'm just worried. Think about my past. And everything I wanted to do. Am I really ready for this? I understand. But before I talk about me, I wanted to ask about you. Eh? Me? Yeah, you've been through so much. I have to know how you're feeling. Oh, I've been pretty good. Just taking things day by day. That's good. That's good. How are you and Zero doing? Yeah, I think he still likes me. I told you. You have nothing to worry about. You just have to be a little patient with him. It's more like he has to be patient with me. I'm scared of admitting my true feelings to him, too. Because I'm scared I'll just force him to stay with me again. Force him to stay? I don't think he'll feel that way, Sayori. Enough time has passed where I can see he genuinely cares about you. You guys even went out on a date. There's no clearer sign of true love than that. When you say it like that, it sounds really nice. Yeah, it's why I asked you two to go get some supplies together. What? Really? That's so sneaky. I try my best sometimes. I want to see you two happy together. That's really sweet of you, but what about you? You're doing all these nice things for me, and I just can't help but wonder why. Well, it's because you're my friend. Not feeling like that for a while. I'm happy returning to your old self again, but at the same time, I can't help but worry about you. Is everything okay? Sorry, sincerity begins to rock the foundations of the final walls I put up for myself. I've gotten close to facing my mistakes before, but this is on a whole other level. I feel the cracks form as I take a deep breath and sigh. No, I don't think everything is okay. You're so good at reading me, aren't you? You can talk to me, Monica. You can tell me anything. I don't think I can. Not this. Are you sure? If you don't tell someone about it, it might get worse. It can get pretty ugly having all those nasty feelings ball up inside you for so long. She's right. As much as I hate to admit it, this dark past has been boiling up inside of me for so long. Because my abilities are ripped away, I've had no way to cope with it. Tears begin to form in my eyes as I try to find the words for this. Sayori, I'm sorry. Eh? Well, you already apologized. I'm sorry for telling you all those things before the festival. I'm sorry for pushing you away. My voice shakes and my lips quiver. I tried to... The tears start flowing down immensely as I try to face the part of myself that I never thought I'd face. I tried to hurt you. I tried to get you away from Zero. I tried to make you miserable. My voice trembles immensely. I knew what was going to happen to you. That night, I didn't want you to I was going to let it happen. My sobs are uncontrollable. I can no longer speak coherently. I begin hugging myself, attempting to calm myself down as she only stares at me in disbelief. Until she scoots over. She tries to hug me, but I only move as far away from her as I possibly can. She moves back and only looks even more shocked than before, which makes me cry harder. Oh, I'm a monster for doing this to you. I don't deserve any of your care or attention. There's no hope for me. I cry harder now. My emotions now overwhelming me as I confront the sheer magnitude of my actions. What do you mean? I can't look at her anymore. How pathetic is that? I can't even face up to the consequences. Even now, I feel absolutely horrible for trying to show just how much I never intended to truly cause her any harm. You're not a monster, Monika. You're my friend. What? I can barely form a word. I'm not going to lie to you. If what you say is true, that really is horrible. But I'll tell you what I've told Zero before. You know just as well as anybody that my depression isn't your fault. You don't understand. Sayori, I needed you gone. I stopped seeing you as my equal. I stopped seeing you as my best friend. Even though I knew that I was wrong. Even back then, I tried so hard to believe you were really my friend. But I couldn't. Her tears make me sob hard again. It's written all over her now. What I'm saying is really, really hurting her. Maybe this was a mistake. Maybe I'm only making things worse by saying all of this. But it's the truth. She deserves to know the person I really am. You're really telling the truth? In between my cries, I can only nod slowly. Sari grabs her chest. There's a moment of silence between us, only broken by sniffles and my own sobs. The weight of my confession hangs heavily in the air as I watch her collect herself. Monika, it really hurts to hear you say that. It hurts really, really badly. To hear that you never considered me your best friend, it really hurts. She begins to cry harder now. Now I'm the one who wants to hug her. I want to tell her that it's okay to hate someone like me. And it doesn't make her a bad person. I deserve that. But Monika, I've always believed that no matter what happens, we will always support each other through even the darkest of times. We all have our own struggles inside. You didn't have to go through this on your own. And as selfish as it is, I wish you trusted me enough to confide in me instead of pushing me away. Her voice still shows tinges of sadness, but it's beginning to show strength. You may have stopped seeing me as your best friend, your equal, but I want you to know I still see you as mine. Why? No matter what happened, what you wanted to do, and what you did do, I still care about you, Monika. I know you have your reasons, and I want you to know I understand. I'm still going to be here for you. Just like you were there for me when I was at my lowest. Sarah's expression tells me just how much she's struggling to even say these things. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that what you've told me doesn't hurt, though. I don't think I can really trust you. Not right now. I understand. It's what I deserve. But I also believe we can work through this. Together. As long as we're both being honest with each other. But why would you still be willing to be there for me? A monster like me. You're not a monster. You're my friend. My best friend. When Zero started drifting away from me, you were there. You filled a hole in my heart that I didn't know how to fill. You made me believe there's still hope for someone like me. Even someone like me that can tell how much you're willing to try to be a better person. I'm not going to let that go. Thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you. I don't deserve it. But if you're willing to work through this with me, then I will be too. My voice quivers. I'm honestly scared, Sayori. I'm scared of losing you completely and not being able to fix what I've broken. But I promise, starting now, be fully open and honest with you about my feelings. No matter how painful it'll be. Face it together. I believe in us. It won't happen overnight. We'll probably stumble a little bit on the way, but I believe our friendship can grow from this. I think so too. There's a lingering feeling of hope and despair intertwined in the air. We stay silent, exchanging a deep gaze that acknowledges the difficult journey ahead. But at the same time, I feel somewhat relieved. I'm not sure if that's the right word to use, but it does feel different to have finally revealed the truth to her. Try to wipe away my tears and fix my composure. That must be the food I ordered. Maybe I should get going. I won't stop you. Open up the door to the delivery man who has all the sandwiches for tomorrow as well as my meal for today. Wait, you're going to eat all by yourself? Finish paying the man and close the door behind me. Place the food on the counter and look down at my feet. I always do. You think you noticed my tears? There's no way you couldn't have. Yeah, we're probably covered in snot too. So gross. Sarah and I chuckle softly. He walks over to the counter and looks in the food bag. Can I join you? My eyes widen in surprise. You really want to? But you don't. I'd feel bad if I left you here all by yourself. Consider it our first step into fixing our friendship. I begin to cry again as Sayori's kindness completely crushes any remaining walls I still had up after everything I've confessed. After everything I've done, you're still willing to try for me. As I get overwhelmed with my own emotions, Sarah reaches into the bag and pulls out the salad I ordered. She opens it up and steals a crouton. She smiles as she sits herself down and waits for me to calm down. I like these little breads. I never knew what they were called, so I've always called them baby breads. The air is now filled with gentle silence as my cries begin to slow down. My gaze shifts towards her hand, just offering me another crouton. Her soft smile holds a comforting warmth, a subtle reminder that amidst all the pain, there's still room for moments like this. You've always been great at that, haven't you? Barry pulls out 2 forks and some ranch dressing from the bag. I guess she's really willing to eat with me, even after all I just said. We eat the salad together in silence, which is kind of awkward. To be expected, of course, but I figure I should try to break it anyway. You know, you and Zero are going out on dates now, huh? Huh? I mean, yeah, but didn't you already know that? I was just wondering. Did I start getting protective now that you have someone vying for your attention? Don't scare him off, Monika. I worked hard to get where we are now. Sarah and I giggle together. The tension in the air eases off a little bit. It's still there, but it seems as though Sarah and I's friendship isn't that easily broken. And I'm really relieved about that.
Ah. All right. Well, that was a nice little scene there. We got Monika kind of telling the truth to Sayori. Quotations, I guess, truth. I guess she didn't really tell her the real truth about, them being in a video game and everything. She kind of did it in her own little way. She kind of told the truth about Sayori. So, I mean, so it's basically like, all right, so we did get that little scene. But I don't know. The one thing I will say is this feels like it feels like we're back to where we were before with their relationship. Like, it feels weird, right? Because I remember them having a conversation like this in Sayori's house, where they had like a deep conversation, and Monika and Sayori's friendship was at this point of, hey, let's try to work together and build back our friendship. Like, I remember their relationship was at a moment like that. And then we had the other talk in the hallway where it felt like their friendship was kind of back to normal. And then we have this conversation, which good conversation, don't get me wrong, but it's like now the result is we're back to where we started. So now their friendship is back to where we started, or we're now back at, we're kind of at a rocky friendship. And it's like, it just feels like they keep flip-flopping. Like, it's really weird. Because it's like, I don't know how to really explain this. Because, I guess to explain it, this mod has a lot of good scenes. Because that scene was still good. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like this mod has a lot of good scenes. But they feel weird that they're all in the same story. I don't know. Like, that's how I feel. Obviously, people can disagree wholeheartedly. I understand. Because it's part of the reason why I sometimes have trouble coming up with titles for some of the parts for this mod. Because it sometimes feels like we're doing the same things. Like with Monika and Sayori having a deep conversation. Or MC and Sayori having a deep conversation about the truth. About, like trying to make amends and stuff. Like, it kind of feels like we're kind of doing the same things over and over almost sometimes. Many good scenes on an inconsistent way. Kind of. Like, it's weird. Like, because these scenes are good in a bubble. It just feels like these scenes feel weird to exist in the same story. I think that's fair. This was a fantastic scene, but now that does make the hallway scene an already good scene moot. Exactly, Misty. I understand what you're trying to say. I mean, I understand. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, it makes it feel like these are all good scenes, but like, yeah, now the hallway scene feels worthless. It's like, what was the point of the hallway scene? Like, nothing really came out of that because now Sayori's and Monika's back to the kind of rocky friendship. Like, and it also kind of makes the conversation they have at Sayori's house feel kind of moot. Like, I feel like what could have been better, I think what could have been better is if we didn't have those scenes and we kind of had like a build up to this scene, right? Like, if Sayori and Monika didn't really have a lot of deep conversations, and this was the deep, like, this is when Monika's finally like, okay, I'ma do it. I'ma say it, Because then you get the bigger impact of the, oh my god, she's finally talking about it. Because, yeah, we kind of got that with her telling her the truth, but this was like the third Monika heart-to-heart with Sayori. Like, this is like the third heart-to-heart they've had. So it was just kind of like, oh, she's adding this now. Like, like, instead my reaction was kind of like, oh, this one's got some spice to it. Instead of, oh my lord, she's finally saying it. It just kind of feels like we're having so many ones, or I feel like these don't really, I feel like these would all be really good scenes in bubbles, but they feel weird to have happen consistently. I think that reveal about how she felt with Sayori actually would be better if she told everyone, the whole group, and how she felt about everyone, like in the original where everyone finally realizes the truth. Yeah, like, I think some more layers to it, because I understand that's what Solid Snake is saying here in the chat. Like, some people might just think I'm just talking about Snake from Metal Gear Solid, but someone in chat has named this. It's that he says, I mean, it has been a long stretch of times you played the mod. Even me, I can tell that each scene is different with a fundamental layer, like the whole, yeah, I wanted you gone. It's a pretty major moment, is it not? It is a major moment, but even then, like I'm saying, I know it's like, oh, Zero, you haven't played the mod in a while. But my point is, I still give myself a refresher, and it still feels like we're still going through the same motions almost. Because, like, these are good scenes. They just feel kind of too similar to each other. It feels like we're kind of, like I said, it feels like we're repeating themselves. Because as I mentioned, you can even kind of point out that what I said, Sayori and Monika's friendship, what level, like, it feels like we've just kind of gone, like, it was getting better. They were working through their problems slowly. And then now we just got sent all the way back to square one that we were at before, where their friendship is back to being rocky, but now they're trying to fix it. Like, we were already there before, and we thought we got over that hurdle, only for the mod to send us immediately back to it. Like, it feels like there's a little bit of repetition. The scenes are well written. I just don't think all of them could be needed per se. Again, this isn't a terrible problem the mod has, of course. I mean, hell, if anything, it kind of works for me for how long it's been taking me to play this. But I still can kind of feel some of the slight redundancy. It feels like it's a little redundant almost with how this has been happening. It feels like we haven't fully been making progress with Monika and Sarah's relationship. We've been making progress with Monika slowly, I guess, telling her the truth more, but I don't know. I feel like Monika didn't really tell her anything, I guess, the second time. So I suppose this is the first time Monika's actually told her something. Because I guess the other times, to be fair, they were Monika mostly cheering Sayori up, where this is the first time where she's told her the truth. But like I said, they feel a little too samey. I don't know. I heard of the Sayori's development is what allowed her to be willing to continue Monika's friendship. Like if Sayori was in her earlier version, she heard all that, she'd probably get fucked up. I disagree. I think Sayori would have still been fine. If anything, not to sound like rude, but like, has Sayori gone through development in this mod? I'm not saying this is bad or that she has to go through development, but I'm just like, I don't think she has. A majority of the mod has felt like it's been everyone else trying to deal with Sayori. I haven't seen Sayori go through development. It feels like her being like, guys, please treat me fine. Treat me normally. And MC is the one who's been having to go through development to learn how to actually treat her. Sayori seems kind of the same. The Roly Roll throws his opinion and says, I think the problem is sometimes Sayori mods in general make too much emphasis on Sayori's depression. Not to downtone it, but as a story, it seems that they need to clarify lots of things in the same type of scenes, in my opinion. That is also kind of fair. I guess this is one of these slight issues where one of the main problems with the story is her depression. So a lot of the time, yeah, we kind of see ourselves, we see ourselves in a lot of the same types of scenes, since the only real plot of this mod, since Natsuki and Yuri's problems have already been solved, the only conflict this mod has left is Monika and Sayori's depression. So because of this, a lot of the conversations with Sayori are very samey. Like, I think that's what I mentioned with MC and Sayori. A lot of their conversations feel samey because there's not really any other conflict to talk about. The only conflict now is her depression. So it's like, yeah, like we have the Monika stuff. So like, there's that. But yeah, because Natsuki and Yuri are just kind of there, because their problems have already been solved. It's like, I think that's what leads to a lot of the same conversations that happen. Lady the Row, first time chat, says, I get where you're coming from. I would also argue that Sayori is undergoing development, and it's just a lot more subtle, and it lives in smaller details and pieces of conversations. That could be fair. I'll agree with that then. I will say maybe she's having very subtle development. Because my point is, I don't think she's having any grand character development, because she feels the same. If she's having little subtle developments, sure, I could see maybe her having little subtle ones. But to say, like, Sayori at the beginning of this would act completely different, I highly disagree. She seems pretty samey from then and now. Like, I guess she's been more open to people helping her, but like I said, overall, the only difference is that her depression, she's been handling her depression better. I wouldn't say that's development per se. I'd say that's her just trying to handle her problems better. That's why I'm like, I don't really think that's full-on character development. I feel like for a character to have character development, their actual, like, personality and stuff has to change. Sayori's personality hasn't changed. Like, for you to have true development, there has to be something where, like, a progression of where it's like, you see that, like, for example, MC. In the beginning, he was very much didn't seem to really care for a lot of, he was like, super extra protective of Sayori after she almost died, right? Like, he was sitting there freaking out a lot of stuff. Now you can see he's starting to talk to her normally. He's not fully there, he still fucks up and still freaks out a little bit, but you can see that he's starting to do stuff differently. With Sayori, a lot of the things she's been doing from the beginning to now have been kind of the same. I mean, I guess she's been communicating with MC more, but I feel like that's more because of MC and less because of her. If anything, I believe Monika has the most development. Yeah, Monika and MC, I feel like, are the ones getting the most development here. I don't think Sayori's getting development, and I think that's because Sayori isn't meant to get development. I feel like Sayori's meant to kind of be ecstatic for the most part. She probably has little tiny ones, of course, but I don't think it's like one of the big character development moments. Right, she's not developing in terms of major healing. Her development's more based on her opening up to doing the work to move from a space of survival to one of healing. Yeah, it's like, let me rephrase. Let me say, I don't think she's not developing at all. I just don't think it's as gigantic as what Solid Snake was trying to say, where he was like, he's like, the Sayori in the beginning would never have taken this. Like, I feel like it isn't too major to where we can say something like that, I'd argue. You know, I think that's really what it is. Like, she's changing, sure, but I don't think she's, like, drastically changing, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's gigantic. I feel like it's very subtle. Misty says, I actually disagree. If the development is slow, I think it's a little too slow without much change in behavior. They said that's kind of what then Lady said that's kind of what I mean, though. Her development is more internal and therefore not as visible. Yeah. So it's like, but I will say what I am talking about, this turned into a giant discussion for me for something that I don't even think is that much of a detriment to the mod. I just more so wanted to explain my take, because I will say this isn't like a giant problem I have with the mod or anything. Like, this isn't gonna like damper my entire experience or anything about this. I'm just saying this is something that I've noticed that I'm kind of like a little iffy on, because it does kind of make the mod feel like, it does make the fact of how long the mod is kind of make you sit here and say, could this have been condensed a little more so that it isn't as long, you know? Like, there's some scenes that I feel like, could we have not had that scene, and would things have really changed if that scene didn't exist? Like, I think that's mainly just what I'm saying. This isn't a huge issue for me or anything, or a huge deal breaker. But overall, because that scene itself was a good scene. I really did enjoy that scene. That was a nice scene there, you know? Monika told the truth, and everything seems to be going semi-well now. You know, it's just like, I just think that some scenes feel samey to them. I know there's probably some layers to them. If you play all three of them back to back, sure, there's probably some little differences to them here and there, but I feel like that won't stop me from feeling like they feel samey, is what I'm trying to say. They feel like a lot of the same stuff is being talked about or felt. It feels like I'm getting the same feeling from a lot of those scenes. Like with the MC heart-to-hearts with Sayori, and Sayori's three heart-to-hearts she has with Monika. Yeah, because Misty says, because the pacing of Monika's development has been fantastic and constant, but Sayori's is a bit too slowly paced and repetitive. Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, if Sayori's development is kind of slow and isn't showing, like, if Sayori has been developing, I feel like it kind of needs to show more. So that these scenes don't feel so super repetitive. Because I think that's why I kept saying, how come MC keeps breaking out into a monologue? Because all of his little fun conversations with Sayori always turn into a deep heart-to-heart talk. And I'm just like, I don't know if they always need a deep heart-to-heart talk with each other. That's like, I don't know. I do appreciate the slower burn aspects of the mob. That's because I enjoy looking at tiny deals. In a realistic sense, the struggles of depression are slow and repetitive, but they may not be for a good story to read. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to point out, Solid Snake. I am glad you put that at the end of yours, where you were like, realistically, they are slow and repetitive, but that might not make for a good story. And I'm like, yeah, at the end of the day, even if you are practicing realism, sometimes you have to take some sacrifices of, but is it fun to read? Yeah, but does the reader want to read that? I think that's fair. This Lady the Rose says, I think that's fair. The story could be told in a somewhat smaller package and paced more quickly. I feel like what they're trying to show is the resistance to the band-aids that need ripped off to allow relationships to heal. Yeah. Again, everyone's fine with their own opinions, and what I said doesn't really make me like hate this mod or anything. Like, you know, like, I hope everybody is I hope everyone is understood that this isn't me being like, this is a gigantic issue with it. I don't think it's a giant problem. It's just something I've noticed, right? It's just one of the problems I have with it. Overall, this is still a pretty great mod. You know, I think that's like the first actual huge issue I've had with this mod. Somewhat problem I've had with this mod. For a majority of everything else, this mod has been pretty solid. You know, I think the other issue people had was that the mod doesn't feel too much like a Sayori mod. It feels like a Sayori and Monika mod. But to this mod's defense, it was never fully advertised as just the Sayori mod this time, because I think the original Salvation had Sayori all over the marketing, where this one, I will say, definitely didn't fully push for just Sayori. They definitely did just try to say Salvation Remake. Like, just Salvation, that's what this is, you know? It wasn't too much trying to be like, this is all about Sayori this time. It feels like the mod kind of knew, like, yeah, Monika gets a lot of screen time here. You know? Time skips, I think, would work better for showing the slow progression through depression. I definitely agree, Misty. I think that might be the issue. I think some time skips had to have probably potentially been made. Yeah, I think a time skip could definitely have helped. For sure. I definitely agree with that. But anyway, it is midnight. And so we should probably pause for now. At least it's midnight by the time I'm streaming this. YouTube, you guys don't know this. Probably should pause for now. But yeah, picnic. It was kind of funny though. I will say this. I thought they were gonna ruin the picnic tomorrow, because I was like, so like, what's gonna happen at that picnic? Is Monika not invited anymore, or like? Because I'm assuming they're gonna have to wrap this up for the picnic tomorrow. I do kind of wish they didn't announce the picnic actually, because I feel like that's kind of why in my head I kind of figured Sayori was going to forgive her. Like, it wasn't a surprise to me that Sayori was going to forgive her, because I kind of was like, there's no way they're going to not invite Monika to the picnic. So, I don't know. Maybe that's another slight thing I want to say. I kind of wish they didn't invite Monika to the picnic. Or at least, I kind of wish they didn't mention the picnic. Because, I don't know, I kind of felt like, I was like, this mod's not going to fucking, like, not invite Monika to the picnic and suddenly not have her there. Like, I kind of had a feeling the mod was going to let the picnic happen. So, I kind of had a feeling Sayori was gonna forgive her there. Like, I wasn't in desperate straits to be like, oh no, is Sayori actually not gonna forgive her? You know, I was like, nah, they gotta have the picnic. So it's like, kind of wish the picnic was held off till a little later. I knew this mod wouldn't have held off. But anyway, that is it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to download this mod for yourself, the link will be in the description below. This has been Zero. Peace.
Stay on the